Signs someone is envious of you. In a distant kingdom, a curious king once set out to answer a peculiar question: which is worse, envy or stinginess? To find out, he summoned the two men most infamous for these traits, the most envious man and the most stingy man in the entire land. Standing before them, the king made an unusual offer. Ask for anything you wish, but remember, whatever you receive, the other will receive double. The stingy man was unsettled. All night, he tossed and turned, haunted by the thought that anything he gained would give the other man twice as much. The envious man also couldn't sleep, but for different reasons. His mind burned with resentment, consumed by the desire to see the other man lose, no matter the cost. The next day, they returned to the king. The stingy man said simply, "My king, I wish for nothing." If he received nothing, the other man would receive nothing as well. Then the envious man stepped forward, eyes locked on the king. "I wish for you to take one of my eyes." Moral: an envious person doesn't merely want what others have, they're willing to harm themselves if it means the other person suffers more. This is what makes envy dangerous. It isn't just greed, it's the desire to deny others what they want, even at personal cost. And if such a person is close to you, the damage can be real. The problem: no one openly admits to being envious. In fact, many cloak it with fake kindness, warm smiles, and feigned support. Some are masters at disguising their resentment. So how do you spot them? 1. Facial expressions that betray them. The face reveals what the heart can set hide. A forced smile, an averted gaze, a faint frown when you share good news. These are telltale signs. When you celebrate a win, watch for discomfort instead of joy. And when you share bad news, notice if they appear quietly pleased, as if your setback gives them relief. 2. Compliments with hidden poison. Some praise comes laced with subtle insult. "Oh, you got that job? I thought their standards were higher. You are making good money now? Let's see how long that lasts." These aren't congratulations. They're attempts to shrink your achievement, to plant doubt, to suggest you don't deserve it. Genuine people celebrate you without trying to cut you down. Dress. Sudden, suspicious closeness. Sometimes envy wears the mask of friendship. Someone who once barely noticed you suddenly wants to know everything about your life, your plans, your relationships, your dreams. But their advice feels more like sabotage. Their questions aren't curiosity, they're reconnaissance. Be careful who you let into your inner circle, especially if their presence comes with strange suggestions and too much interest in your private affairs. 4. Competing. When no one sets competing, to an envious person, life is a scoreboard. You share a success, they instantly counter with something better. You talk about a trip, they have already been somewhere more exotic. It's an invisible race you never signed up for, driven by their inability to simply be happy for you. 5. Your light bothers them more than your possessions. It's not your car, your house, or your salary that bothers them. It's you, your ease, your authenticity, your joy. That inner shine is what they can stand. So they try to dim it through criticism, avoidance, or downplaying moments of celebration. Not all envy is about what you own. Sometimes it's about what you radiate. 6. Gossip as a weapon. When an envious person can't outshine you, they'll try to stain you. They twist facts, spread rumors, and invent stories to damage your image. The best defense? Guard your personal life. Share your plans, successes and struggles only with those who've proven they can be trusted. Envy often hides in small gestures, offhand comments, and unspoken reactions. Recognizing it isn't paranoia, it's protecting your peace. Not everyone will celebrate your success. That's fine. Value the ones who cheer for you without competition, who offer support with no strings attached, who genuinely want to see you thrive. If you've recognized these signs in others or even in yourself, that awareness is the first step toward handling it wisely. Comment proactive if you've read this far. It tells me you're someone committed to conscious growth, and share this with someone who might be facing the same thing. You never know how much it might help.